I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nada. I'm sitting pretty impatient, but I know you.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I know. It's been, I don't even know. I've basically been struck by the struggle train. I filmed 2 or 3 videos, and once I sat down and looked back at the footage, I just was not happy about it. It's like there was either eyeliner creasing on my upper lid area, or like my foundation looked crappy, and I don't know, like, do you guys ever have those weeks? Not saying that I rely on makeup, because I mean there's days that go by where I don't wear anything, but it's like days you'll put on makeup and put in effort, and then it's like you look in the mirror and it's like, what just happened? Like, I basically look like a freaking potato that was abandoned in the bottom of a trash can. It just was not good. Like, no matter what I did to my hair or what I did to my face, I just felt like blah and crusty, to where I could have just spent like 25-30 minutes on my makeup, and then I'd go in with a makeup wipe after and just remove everything, because I was like, no, I'm not feeling it. And I just didn't want to put up content that I wasn't happy with. But at the same time, I hate that I was like so absent from my channel. Basically social media in general. Like, I wasn't uploading on Snapchat, or not uploading, posting on Snapchat. I haven't posted on Instagram in over a week, which makes me sad because I love Instagram, but I don't know what it was. It was literally just like struck by a freaking struggle bus, big rig, train, yacht, I don't know. It just, I couldn't get it up. But today I did a getting ready with me video on this look here. I've really been inspired to pull out this dirty martini shade. I'll tell you guys why in the video. And these brushes. I showed these on my Snapchat like a week and a half ago. If you guys aren't following me, it's just Danna_Ann. This is created from my friend SLMissGlam here on YouTube. It is like everything and more. I'll show you guys close-ups here in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to show you those products. I have the new Makeup Geek eyeliners, the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly, the ColourPop eyebrow stuff. So I just wanted to play with a whole bunch of new products on camera and let you guys know what I thought of them. So it's kind of like a getting ready with me tutorial, first impressions type of thing. So I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. Okay, so far on my face, I just have on my brows. I'm using the new ColourPop brow pencils. Today was actually my very first time trying them. And initially when I swatched them on my hand, I thought they were gonna be way too creamy. Definitely are a creamier formula than like the Anastasia Brow Wiz or like the NYX micro brow pencils. I feel like these are way creamier to the touch, but they went on really easily. I was worried that I was gonna go and they were gonna smudge like crazy, but so far I'm liking them. I will definitely keep you guys updated though. There are 8 shades. I'm not sure of the exact prices on these. I know that they have launched because I'm that late filming this, but there are 8 shades. I used Dope Taupe for more of the front of the brow, and then on the tail end I used Bangin' Brunette, but I think there's a pretty good shade range, so you should be able to find yours in there. And then for my primer, the one that I've been loving recently, even on days when I'm not wearing makeup, I like to use this on top of my moisturizer just because it adds a bit of a glow to the skin. This is from Pixi, and it's the Glowtion Day Dew. It just comes out like a pearlescent type of opally color. It's really lightweight. It has a slight herbally smell, but nothing like overpowering. I already feel like it's kind of faded out. The brushes that I'm going to be using in today's video, if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you already heard me mention these. These are from SLMissGlam on Instagram and YouTube. I will have all of her social media linked down below. But this is the White Glam brush book. She also has it available in pink. This is so cute. I've already used a couple, but I like washed them just so they'd be nice and clean for you guys. But I will have a 40% off coupon code linked down below for you. As you can see, there's just a ton of face brushes, eye brushes. This is gonna be the best thing to travel with, because normally I just throw all of my makeup brushes into one of my Sonia Kashuk makeup bags and they just get like smushed and dirty. So I just like the idea of this. So with the coupon code, you'll get 40% off, and then there's also like 3 exclusive brushes. The other one's down there, but there's a spoolie, an eyeliner brush, and one other one. But these are so cute. Like, not only do they have this cute like white pink ombre, but the ferrule is gold with these 2 little diamond studs. So I just thought these were adorable. I even love the handle of them. They do have names on all of them. This is the classic powder W01. So as I mentioned earlier, this set is available in pink as well, so I will have that linked down below. But I'm just super excited even about the book that it comes in, just because it keeps everything nice and clean. And for my eye primer, I'm going to be using the Benefit Air Patrol. I love this one. The packaging, I never really use it straight from this applicator just because, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It does get a little bit crusty if you don't like wipe it off after every time. But I love this just to really neutralize that brow area. Okay, now for my actual brow bone color. I love this shadow, but I hate the name. It says Extra Creamy. ugh, like why? That's so gross. But this is from the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette from Too Faced. I'm not sure, is this limited edition or not? Okay, so I'm gonna be going in with just the W15 eyeshadow brush and getting that right in there. I love this color because it's not like in the pan, it kind of looks like a stark white, but on your eyes, it kind of translates into a little bit of like a beigey tone. So it's perfect. It's not a crazy intense color, but it's another thing like that highbrow where it just really cleans up right under the brows. I'm gonna go in with Spread the Love once again from the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. This is the W19 brush. It's just the fluffy eye shading brush. But if you're just wanting to lay down like a lighter color all over your crease, I kind of like this. If you hold it vertical and then just buff it in there. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Peanut Butter, which this was in, was it the Chocolate Bar palette or the Semi-Sweet palette? I forget the names of those even. Semi-Sweet was the second one, right? I think that was in this one, which that was one of my favorite colors. Anything that's like warm and orangey like this, I'm just like, oh hot damn, this is my jam. Because it's just so pretty. This is the Fluffy Deluxe W22. So I'm just going to buff this back and forth into the crease. Once I have peanut butter all blended out, I'm going to go into the Makeup Geek Mini MUA palette and use the shade Aphrodite. I've been loving this color. It's just a really pretty rich brown. And in my personal opinion, I feel like there's like a bit of a like plummy kind of undertone to it. I just chomped on my tongue. So now I'm going in with a fluffy crease. This is the W18, right? Yeah. I'm just going to pick up some of that. And I'm mainly going to just kind of place this on the outer corner first, pressing it in, and then I'll begin dragging a little bit of it inwards, but not all the way. I love this color mixed with these like warm orangey tones. It's so pretty. This whole palette, I cannot say enough about. Like ever since getting this palette, I have not been able to put it down. I'm going back in with that same brush that I used to blend out peanut butter, just to blend this in to that peanut butter color. If you guys follow me on Instagram, recently I posted a picture of Andrew's off day. I love him. Like, he does a lot of those eating videos, which weirdly enough, like, are still interesting to watch with him because he still like talks about makeup. But I love all of his tutorials. He has the most incredible cheekbones ever, and I don't know, there's just something about him that's very interesting to me. His voice is so soothing and calming. You just have to go listen and you'll know exactly what I mean. But he did a video talking about his, it was either like top 10 or top 15 Makeup Geek shadows, and he mentioned Dirty Martini, and ever since watching that video, I like keep pulling it out, and I've used it a couple times, mainly just to like blend out my lower lash line and stuff. But then, I don't know, today I was just like, I want to use that as a main lid color. So, but I want something shimmery too. So I don't know if I'm gonna leave it matte or go with something on top. I'm gonna grab a little bit more peanut butter and just place it on top of that Aphrodite shade. Now to use as a base for Dirty Martini, I'm gonna go in with the Jouer eyeshadow crayon in the shade Venetian. It's just a really pretty kind of olive tone. And I'm just going to concentrate this on the empty portion of my lid right here in the middle. So just placing that down first, and then I'm going to pat it out. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Dirty Martini. If you guys have never seen it before, it's just this really pretty kind of like khaki olive green shade. I'm gonna use this guy here. This is actually a concealer brush, but I just want a nice flat shader. And I'm going to pat this right on top. It works well on its own too, but I just like how having that Venetian on the bottom really makes the green pop even more. I like to pat it and then kind of go in and swipe it a little bit, but after packing the color. And then right here on the top portion, I'm probably going to go back in with a little bit of either peanut butter or maybe Sora from the Makeup Geek palette. Same thing, Venetian first. These eyeshadow crayons work really nicely on their own too, just as long as you keep the layers thin. But if you go in like too thick, then you will get creasing. So the foundation that I want to use, this is a new product that I got from Milani, once again, a couple weeks ago. They sent me 2 shades, and I may have given the other shade to my mom, but this is a number 1. But I am pretty fair right now, so I think it will work. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. It's number 1 creamy vanilla. It does have a pump, which is nice. It's in a glass jar. I actually really like the packaging. So I haven't tried this yet. Oh, I don't. This is so thick. Like, it is not moving at all. And I like more of a liquidy formula. Okay, I'm going to put a tiny bit of this on by itself, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to be mixing this because this just looks really, really thick. Okay, we'll put on, for that being shade 1, that's really yellow. So if you're like fair and really pink, this might make you look like a Simpson. Okay. It's definitely full coverage, but that's really thick. I don't like the texture of that at all. I really like kind of waterier foundations. A thick formula for me is like L'Oreal Infallible, but it's like that's still comfortable. You know, like that's thicker than a lot of the other foundations I have, but it still feels comfortable on the face. This just already feels kind of heavy. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix it with a drop of the Tarte Maracuja Bronzing Serum. Yeah, just because, I mean, that is not budging. That is a very, very thick foundation. So I'm just gonna take like a drop and a half of this and mix it up. So I'm thinking maybe if you're like someone who's really oily and you like full coverage foundation, you might like it as is, but that just looked very thick and cakey in my opinion. I don't like stuff that heavy on my face. Okay, we're gonna leave that side and we're gonna try that side with a brush instead of the Beauty Blender to see what kind of coverage we get. Okay, yeah, this is already giving a lot more coverage with the brush, which I mean, that's typical, but I was just shocked to see how much the Beauty Blender was able to sheer it out since it is such a thick foundation. It definitely does feel better with the oil in it, at least for me. Like it doesn't feel as heavy. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for foundation. Now moving on to concealer. I was recently at Sephora with my friends Laura and Julie, and there was a whole little section that was devoted to nothing but color correcting products. Laura actually grabbed this first and swatched it, and I was like, what is that? This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid. It says optical blurring, illuminating, color neutralizing. This one is in pink. It's supposed to brighten dark areas. It was in peach, green, lavender, you know, all those good colors. I feel like every single brand is coming out with some type of color correcting product. The applicator is identical to the concealers. It just has that really flexible doe foot applicator. And it is pink. It's basically like a liquid version of the Highbrow from Benefit. That's that really kind of bright baby pink color. And I'm going to pat this pink in first, especially right on the inner corners. There are lots of shadows and darkness going on there. Ooh, that is pretty. It's definitely brightening. I think I'm going to go in with this. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I've been using this for a while now. I love this, especially if you have drier under eyes. I think you'll really like the formula of this. It's like thin and lightweight, but it gives great coverage. I have this shade Fair. It's such a pretty brightening concealer and it's just really, really comfortable. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with my Beauty Blender. I can't make up my mind between these two sponges right now. And pat this in. This is the Ulta Press Setting Powder. I featured this in my Ulta haul. This one is in Banana. It is amazing. It is so creamy. It's ridiculous, but it's not like a gross creamy that creases. It's like just the perfect consistency for your under eyes. So I'm going to go in with the tapered blush brush. This one is amazing for the under eyes. This was one of the first ones that I used, and then I had to like wash right away, which I was surprised. Even using my Zote soap, which is the main cleanser that I use for my brushes, it didn't do anything. I was like worried. I was like, is it gonna take away the cute pinkness? But it didn't at all. So I'm just going to pat this under here. I actually like to do this first, and you'll see that it looks super yellow. But then I'll go in with a little bit of like my setting spray, and I feel like it just melts all right in. I'm going to start off with this. This is the Fiona Styles Sheer Sculpting Palette in light medium. And I'm going to go in with this guy here. This is the medium contour W08. And I'm going to start with that middle shade first. Like I mentioned in that Ulta video, if you guys are like newer to contouring and you're looking for something that you can go in heavy-handed without like creating a crazy like racetrack line on your face, this is a good one. Just because the powders are more sheer and more on the natural side, you won't have like a crazy like gray line going down your face. They're really, really easy to blend. Another product that I picked up, you guys know I'm obsessed with the Laura Geller Pink Grapefruit. I recently picked up this one just because I love that blush so much that I wanted to try more of them. This one is called Sunswept and it is stunning. I've been using this one now. I need to go back to my Pink Grapefruit because I love that, but this is like a highlighter, a blush, and bronzer in one. As you can see, it's just like baked and just a veining in this. These products are so underrated. I feel like nobody ever talks that much about Laura Geller besides like Gilded Honey, but you have to go in and try some of her blushes. They are so, so pretty. They give like the prettiest glow and just that color. Oh, I love it. Like I said, it's almost like a highlighter is built in there. And this brush is the W02 Precise Powder. If you were wondering, this one's so soft. Now I know I said that highlighter was like built into that one, but you guys know I'm a fan of highlighters, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. So first as my base, just because anytime I layer a powder on top of the Opal Shimmering Skin Perfector, I feel like it just looks that much better. So I just take the tiniest amount, spread it out on my hand. I've talked about this so many times. Then I bounce my Beauty Blender in it, put it on my face, and then I go in with a powder on top. This was another new purchase that I picked up last weekend. This is the Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam. They have the pink one, which was mainly like gold toned highlighters, and there was this one. Crushed Pearl is probably one of my favorites in this palette, so I think I'm gonna use that one. And to apply it, use the prettiest fan brush ever. This one is like nice and airy, so it doesn't pick up quite as much product, so you can build it up and not have, you know, like crazy Tin Man cheeks in 0.2 seconds. Now onto my tight line and my waterline. I'm sorry, that was just so much noise. These are the new full spectrum eyeliners from Makeup Geek. I love this packaging. It just looks like a super cute pack of color pencils. I'm gonna use Ocean and Obsidian. So for Obsidian, I'm gonna do on my tight line. These are just like super creamy gel liners. I mean, it's not as green as I want it to be, but it'll work. Which I guess I shouldn't have expected it to be green with the name Ocean, but whatever, you get what I mean. Okay, and then I'm gonna drag some of it onto, just a tiny bit, onto my lower lash line. And then while it's still wet, I'm just gonna get my finger. This is the Morphe M515 brush. I love this pencil brush. If you're needing something to get like into small areas, this is perfect. And then I'm just gonna lay this right on top of that Ocean eyeliner. Oh, that's pretty. Because that eyeliner is a bit shimmery, like metallic. So with this layered on top, it still peeks through a bit. For my inner corners, I'm gonna go back into that Anastasia palette and just put a tiny bit of that Crushed Pearl shade again, just because we all know I can never skip an inner corner highlight. This is the Marc Jacobs Nudist Lip Liner. I love the packaging, just that it's in this silver tube. It is retractable, so there's no sharpening needed, which is always the best. So I'm just gonna line, I think I'm gonna line and fill my lips with this color. I wanna get more of these Marc Jacobs lip liners just because I really like the formula. They're not like overly creamy and they're not too dry either, so they're really easy to fill your lips like without breaking. Some of those lip liners, you know, you'll like start filling them in and it just like snaps in half and you're like, why? So I'm gonna go in with Anastasia Vintage. This is my favorite gloss of theirs. I had the whole line and I got rid of a ton of them, but this is a color I love. It's so, so pretty. This side clearly is not hung up tight enough because you're getting all the wrinklage going on, but that's okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Once again, I'm so sorry for the delay of videos. I'm gonna get back on top of it. It was just like I said, like struggle bus after struggle bus. Also, if you guys are interested in the white glam brush book, I will have the coupon code for that down below, as well as all the products that I can find the links to that I used in this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any certain requests or looks that you would like to see soon, like this week, leave them down below and let me know. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!